Okay, so I'm here with Jenny Carr from Oxford City Council, and she's very kindly agreed to join us to talk a little bit about some of the experiences they've had with the electric bike scheme that they've had available for their employees. Jenny, how have you found the scheme so far?
Really, really successful. We're really pleased because we wanted to get involved in electric bikes as any option to get people out of their cars, basically. So it was originally a sort of sustainable transport initiative. I hadn't really heard about electric bikes when we first decided to have a trial of them, so I was kind of intrigued at what they were going to be like. And we've done a lot to try and engage our workforce on actually giving them a go, because we found that's the really key way of getting people excited about them and convinced that they're a good idea, is actually putting bums on seats and getting people to try them out. So from doing a lot of sort of roadshow events and encouraging people to give them a bit of a whirl and putting them in lots of different locations around the council, we found that they've just been really, really popular. A lot of people who cycle anyway have seen them as a quicker option and nice to arrive sort of not in a sweat where they get where they're going. And some teams have really sort of embraced them even more than others and gone and bought their own set of bikes, which they use all day, every day for doing things like patrols and visits, because they just find it's a really cool, quick, fun, convenient way of getting around that's much easier than getting the bus, much cheaper than getting on the car, and gets people fit as well at the same time. So it's been really, really embraced well by the council. So
fantastic. It's certainly, having driven through Oxford today, I can quite see why anybody who has to do that on a daily basis would immediately want to do something different, because it's basically impossible. I mean, you abandon the car and walk into town. Quicker.
Yeah.
What have you found the experiences that when people sort of found out that you had the electric bikes, was there some initial scepticism, or were people keen to try? How did you find that sort of breaking the ice? I
think individual members of staff have generally not been too excited about trying them until they find out that somebody else has tried it, and it's been word of mouth and promoting sort of good case studies and getting people to really champion them. But once people do give it a try and sort of and are convinced by them, it's effortless for them to then go out and sort of spread the word and sort of turn up to a meeting on an electric bike, and people are kind of, oh, what's that, and can I have a go on it, sort of thing. But certainly in the beginning, all of the sort of lines that I'm sure you've heard over the years about, like, cheating, or you must look an idiot with your feet not going round, not really realising that of course you pedal. And they're a bit sceptical about getting on them, but like I say, once you've put that opportunity in front of them and they've seen a couple of their mates go, this is brilliant actually, then they give it a go, and then I don't think we've had anybody that's sort of got off on and gone, nah, I'm not really convinced by that. Everybody without a doubt has come off and gone, yeah, that's really good fun, and I'm going to give it a go. We need more e-bikes to cover the amount of people that want to use them. So.
That's fantastic news, and it's that thing, nobody wants to be first, but after they see their mates on one, then there's a bit of a sort of rush to make sure that they've got it before somebody else has picked it out, I guess.
Yeah, and then people feel that, that they're kind of, like you say, missing out if they don't have a go. We had a couple of, when we did one of the trials, we had a couple of bikes at one of our sites for a month, and very few people used them. The day I went to actually take them off them, and somebody sat on it and took it around the block, suddenly everyone came out of the office and was kind of like, hang on a minute, what am I missing out on? And they all went and had a go and were kind of, why haven't we been using these for the last month?
Fantastic.
So they've ended up buying one of their own now. So.
Oh, that's really good news.
Yeah.
What do you think the main impact has been to the council of having the electric bikes as part of the fleet that you've got to offer?
We've turned up to meetings before at various businesses around town where you rock up on the bike and they all want to give it a go, and then they've looked into getting a trial as well. So all sorts of really good knock-on effects. And then also just getting people interested about bikes generally, and more people on our normal cool bikes, and talking about cycling, and just maintaining enthusiasm by getting something that's it's a bit more interesting in terms of sustainability than telling people to switch a light off or not overfill the kettle. It's kind of, you can get excited about e-bikes.
Just one final question before we go, Jenny. How have you found the experience working with the electric transport shop on this project?
Really, really good. I mean, from the first instance where I think the first interaction we had with the electric transport shop was Eddie from the transport shop in Oxford coming to one of our events with a range of electric bikes, and people had to go on the Brompton with the throttle, and they all got quite excited about those. And since then, we took up their offer for free trial, which we did in several of our sites, and we've ended up, obviously, that was a good bit of PR for them, because we've ended up buying, I think, 9 electric bikes now. So, but they've been great at advising us which ones to get, and trying to get us a good deal on them, and also pointing out that people can get electric bikes through Cycle Scheme as well, and that electric transport shop is part of that. So It's been great, and particularly the shop in Oxford are really good at turning up at our events, being enthusiastic about the bikes, talking about the technical stuff that maybe I wouldn't be quite so confident with. So always on hand to kind of come and help promote the bikes at all of our events and things. So
Jenny Carr from Oxford City Council, thank you very much for joining me.